Hi there. I've just made some fire brushes and I think you're going to like them. I'll show you them now. So the first one, this fire stamp one. Oh, let's add a new layer. So fire stamp one, really nice one. It's got some hue variation. You can stamp this and layer it up. Go for smaller and change the colors. It's a really nice brush. And then we've got this fire crackly one, which is a variation on Fire Stamp 1 but with some crackle at the bottom, and that just gives a feeling of slightly more painterly approach to it. And then we have these ones which are kind of embers. So if you had this first one, Fire Crackly, and we painted some fire in, then you could use this brush, the Fire Splatter, to kind of add some embers and some flames. And this other one here does a similar thing. So you can paint it in, but it also has some nice embers up the top. And if you push harder, you'll get you'll get some denser fire at the bottom. So those are really nice. And then we got this fire stamp here. So you can layer this up over itself. And I was really pleased with how it came out with this second one. So you can paint in this really nice fire texture. Yeah, so that one's worked really nicely. We've got this fire stamp 3. Layer that up, or there's the painted version where you can have something a bit more chaotic, but fire often is. There's this fire stamp 4, which works nicely stamped, or you can use it to paint. It works really nice painted. That feels like quite convincing fire. And you could use a range of sizes. You can change the colors and you'll get a nice result with that. And then fire stamp 5. Layer that one up, or you can paint with it. This one will give you a kind of quite soft tone, and that one works quite well with this fire 4, doing a combination. 5, 5, just adding a bit of softness back to 4, and then back to 5. Yeah. Then we got 6. So you can stamp this one, just pressing the brush individually, or you can paint with it. Actually, sorry, this is a 7. This is another stamp. It's worked nicely, that one. And those two work in conjunction with each other quite nicely again. So I really recommend using multiple of these brushes every time you're kind of making a fire. And if you layer them behind something like a building or a car or a tree or whatever it's going to be, they'll work really nicely sitting behind. And then there's these impressionisty ones, which I'm really fond of. They just give a slightly more painterly, but maybe more artistic feeling to the fire. They feel like they're hand painted, and you can get a slightly more random result with this. And same again with this number 7, Impressionist 2. I've left some dots in there. Then you can kind of build up a more random, but maybe more hand painted feel to your fire. you'll see if you really press, you get the full stamp, and if you go light, you get that impressionisty dotted feel. So you could use those together and get some quite convincing blazes going. And this one, Fire 8 spots, very fond of this one. It's a fun one to make, and it's a fun one to layer up. That one can be painted nicely as well. And this one, which is a similar brush, but there's had some stuff rubbed out of it, and that gives another feeling. And they work quite nicely together. And then this one, Fire 9 Painterly. This has kind of got that impressionisty feel, and you can kind of stamp that on to the canvas, or paint it. Works both ways. It's a really nice one. And say you have that, say you had a fire here. There we go. And it was a bit like this, and it had a bit, some kind of more classic flames, and yeah. Then these ember brushes are great. They can give that real kind of heavy amount of ember feeling that you get really close to a fire, especially of wood. And this one's a little bit more hand drawn, so that gives you that feeling. And then we've also got some here that have got a glow, so they feel like they're kind of glowing as they take off. And then here's some glowing embers with more randomness and variation to them. So yeah, I hope you find this pack useful, and yeah, you can find them on my Gumroad, so check them out. Thanks for watching. Cheers.